What's going on, YouTube? A sensei place to be. Chilling Train, Mr. A&D, back here with another AEW pay-per-view review, all out. And joining me is my main man, not Deion Sanders, with Prime Time.
What's going on, y'all? It's me, the PRIME.
Prime Time, my man, just came back from being all out live. So we got two perspectives: somebody who watched it at home and somebody who was actually there in the stands and everything. So, since this is your first wrestling show back since the pandemic, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so your thoughts, your experiences, pass it on to me.
Everything was safe. Everything was like, they wanted you to have the best environment, best enjoyable show as possible. From entering to getting food, everything was considered when, taking safety precautions.
Did you have to use like cash or card for your snacks and stuff?
Yeah, it was kind of like so they have like I don't know what you call it, a concourse area. But it's kind of like a self-serve type of thing.
Yeah.
So you go in like this little room, they got all the snacks, you get whatever you want, and then you bring it to the counter, and you do it yourself. Like, it's not nobody in there to, like, I guess, do it for you. Right?
Okay.
So y'all can't have that. Yeah, so it's just you in there. You pick what you want in that whole room, and then you buy it, and then you get out of the room, and the next person comes in.
Okay. Well,
that's kind of interesting. They really are trying to space everything out, make it safe. So
okay, that's pretty good. That's dope. So, I did not see the buy-in matches. The first buy-in match that they had was Joey Janela taking on Serpentico.
Serpentico.
Yeah. Now, if Joey Janela won this match, he gets into the Battle Royal, right or no?
I don't know. I was definitely not here for that match, so.
Okay, well,
I don't know. I was actually thinking that the Battle Royal was going to be on the buy-in.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And then, so, Joey Janela wins the matchup. And the next match was Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn taking on the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Private Party wins that matchup. Now, both these pre-shows was on TNT and YouTube because it was the buy-in pre-show before we got to the main show of All Out. So,
yeah, the Private Party, it was okay though. It wasn't like that, like terrible. It was okay. I ain't had no problem with it.
I got you. All right, so now we're into the main show, and first off, before I got to say this show ran long. This was a long AEW show.
I guess it didn't seem like that to me because I was there. I don't know. Like, well, maybe because when I went to Fight for the Fallen, that show ran long, but I didn't feel like that when I was there. So
okay. Yeah, well, this was a pretty long show. I think that the time this thing got off was almost 11:30 or afterwards.
Yeah, so what, 8 to 11:30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, look, we give shit to WWE about it, but so I'm just gonna say it was a long show, especially when I was doing.
To their credit, WWE starts at 7 and they go to 12 sometimes. So I guess they were just trying the format, especially with this being one of their main shows. I think this and Double or Nothing might be the only two shows that might run long for them.
Yeah, I understand that. And like I said, I got no problem. Like, there were some matches, in my personal opinion, that should have just probably been on the buy-in pre-show. But, what are we going to say? So we start off with the Tooth and Nail match. Big Swole taking on Britt Baker. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And this thing here was, first I was like, what's a Tooth and Nail match? So Big Swole pulls out like, oh, it's one of them cinematic matches. She pulls up to Britt Baker's dentist office.
Do you really call it a cinematic match? Or just like a outside of the arena, like it's not in the ring.
Okay, yeah, the outside of the arena thing. So yeah, and she drives up to Britt Baker's dentist, and they try to make her sign these papers and stuff, and it's like she's going through the dentist looking for Britt Baker. You see her hide in the corner, and then all of a sudden she comes out and attacks her, and then the fight is on. I'm like, oh snap! I did not know that this was the match. You know what I'm saying? It kind of it kind of threw me off. So, but they're fighting, and it's kind of like, say a hardcore matchup. Big Swole is hitting Britt Baker with stuff. They sort of like fighting in an actual dentist office, and then Britt Baker's taking all her dentist stuff, like her pick and stuff like that, and trying to spray Big Swole with like the hose that you use for to clean out your mouth and stuff like that. They go to the outside. There's this dumpster. Then all of a sudden, Reba comes out and then kind of attacks Big Swole. So it's kind of like a double team type thing as they try to throw Big Swole into the dumpster. But then she has to throw Reba into the dumpster. And I like how Britt Baker's like, "Give me the crutch!" And then she's in the dumpster trying to give her the crutch. They make their way back into the dentist's office. And then they fight onto her chair. Britt Baker pulls out like a power drill. And she's trying to drill Big Swole in her mouth. She moves out the way, and the drill goes into the chair. And then she pulls out this needle of, I think it's not laxative, things to make you...
Syringe?
Yeah, syringe of, the thing that calms your muscles down. And she's about to stab Big Swole with it. But then Big Swole counteracts it, and then she goes right into Britt Baker's leg. And I thought that was cool.
They hurt the leg that just got fixed.
I thought that was funny. And this is also funny because Reba's there, helping, like, oh my god! And she got this banana peel that's on her head. I thought that was kind of funny. And so now her leg is like numb, and she can't do anything. As Big Swole kind of counters her off, puts her in a dentist chair that takes her and gives her the knockout gas, and then Big Swole wins the match by knockout.
Yep.
And
by trying to kill her, basically.
So, your thoughts on the match?
I thought the match was okay. I thought it was a good start. It's goofy. Everyone needs a goofy now and then. And in this type of setting, I feel like it worked. So,
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Like I said, I thought that it was cool, but to me, this shouldn't have been the opener. In my personal opinion,
it was on the pre-show. It was initially supposed to be on the pre-show until today.
It was supposed to be on the pre-show. Then all of a sudden, it got off the pre-show, and then it went on to the main show. And like I said, I don't mind it being on the main show, but this is just not one of those openers. Because in my personal opinion, the opener, what should have been the opener, was Jurassic Express taking on the Young Bucks.
Actually, to be honest, I think that could have been on the pre-show, but
Well, you told Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks?
Yes.
What? Oh, this match was awesome.
It was awesome, but in hindsight, they're not fighting for anything. This match doesn't matter. They just said, "All right, we're gonna have a match."
Okay.
That's that's the type of thing that would go on the pre-show.
You're right.
But the owners of the company, so I mean.
Well, you're right. Well, start off. You know what I'm saying? Young Bucks are very aggressive. They're showing a more of aggressive side. Jungle Boy gives a Hurricane Rana to Nick Jackson to the outside on the leveled Titantron. They comes to try to does his spin around tornado DDT bouncing off the ropes, which looks cool. But Matt Jackson catches him and gives him the Northern Valley suplex.
Northern Light suplex.
Northern Light. There you go. Northern Light suplex. And then, Jungle tries to revert, and then he tries to suplex him. Do that spot where it's like they suplex you over the top rope, but you follow them. The Bret Hart and was it Luger that did that? I think, or Davey Boy, and then you had Cedric and somebody from 205 that did it. Who did it perfectly, by the way. This one, Matt couldn't get over the rope, so he kind of botched that one. But he gives him another Northern Light on the outside, then gives him a Northern Light onto the concrete on the outside as well. One spot that I really did like was as Jungle Boy is on the middle rope, he jumps off to go through the roll through to tag in Luchasaurus, and as he's going for the hot tag, Matt Jackson super kicks Luchasaurus like off the he can't make the tag. Thought that was great. I think it was Matt or Nick. One of them that did that. Marco enters the match and pulls Nick Jack off the apron. And I was just like, here we go with the Margo stunt shit. So I love seeing them super kick Margo stunt.
Yeah, they should have did it more too.
Yeah, I just love seeing it. They're setting up for the Meltzer driver, but then Luchasaurus comes in there, and then Jungle Boy gets out of it. He kind of like choke slams them one on top of the other, but it's more like a choke slam moonsault. I don't know why they took it the way of the moonsault. I guess to be kind of more devastating. But they showed aggressive. I guess so. They hit a super kick on Jungle Boy. He kicks out. Hit a double super kick on Jungle Boy. Still not enough. Then they give him double knees to the head, and he finally falls down. And the Young Bucks win the matchup, being very aggressive in this matchup. So, like I said, I thought this should have been the opener, even though there wasn't fighting for anything. This was a great opener. Oh, I forgot to mention, Luchasaurus thinking he's RVD. Going to springboard off the ropes and dive into the crowd.
Yeah, it seems like something with just a certain.
Exactly, but that's RVD ECW right there.
Mm-hmm. Or RVD 2020 depends on how you paying. Depends on how you paying.
Good point. You actually right on that one. So after that, now we're headed for the 21-man Casino Battle Royal. So this is a tradition that happens at All Out. First of all, I thought this happened at Double or Nothing all the time. But
it happened at it happened at it started at All Out because this is where it all started.
Gotcha. So for those who don't know, it's like okay.
Wait real quick before we start. I still say the first one at All In is still the best one that they did so far in general.
Yeah. This one has some spots though.
Good and bad. Yes,
good and bad. I'm pretty sure he is upset. But we have Casino Battle Royal. So here are the rules. Wrestlers have selected a card from a special deck. The suit of card they selected determines their group. Every 3 minutes, we shuffle the deck to see which suit comes up. After all suits have been exhausted, the wrestler who drew the Joker card will be last to enter over the top rope eliminations. So that's the rule. We automatically start out with Trent from Best Friends. We get Christopher Daniels. Dark Order sucks. Hey man, calm down. They're not here right now. Jake Hager.
His terrible ring attire.
Yeah. We get the Blade. And the fifth member is Ray Phoenix. So that's who the 5 we start off with. So every 3 minutes, we count down. So yes, it's a traditional battle royal action kind of stuff. And then when we get there, so it's like another 5 come in after 3 minutes, right? Or is another 1?
No, it's 5.
5.
The time.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We get Kazarian comes in next, along with what's the other what's the name? Will Pounder?
No, I can't remember right now. Oh my god.
Who's that big black dude's name?
Hey, is it Hayes? Right? No.
No, no. I'm sorry. Okay, Chuck Taylor, Santana Ortiz, Frank and Will Hobbs. Hobbs. I'm like, who is this? Who? I never knew who Will. I never seen Will Hobbs before.
He's like a he's kind of like Pineapple Pete, where when everybody was gone for quarantine, they kind of used him on Dark, and they might give him a contract just because he's being loyal.
Oh wow! Because unlike Pineapple Pete, this man is like huge.
Yeah,
he's huge and he's good, and he did a number staying in the matchup. So
I like when they do that. I don't like when they Dolph Ziggler it.
What you mean by that? Dolph Ziggler.
For example, when Shawn did the thing in the Royal Rumble, right? When he did the little foot thing,
Yeah.
that was like the last person, the last call. He did the 1 foot or the barely touching his foot.
Yeah.
And it was like to a British Bulldog. Dolph Ziggler in the Battle Royal gets thrown out by Sin Cara and he doing a little foot thing.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
yeah.
Every little thing he doing a foot thing. R-Truth jump kick him out the ring if he doing the foot thing. It's like,
he's overusing it basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely I understand that sentiment. So we have Cage and Ricky Starks, all of them come out, Ray Phoenix and all of them. Cage and Billy Gunn, and Darby. Oh God.
Okay, I don't know how you feel. You probably don't care. I'm tired of seeing Billy Gunn. Okay, like
Billy Gunn is in all these battle royals. You know it, Old Faithful.
He's in all these battle royals, and he's in the front row of every show.
Yes.
Him and Austin Gunn. It's just like, okay, again, you have a kid. Like, Billy Gunn. Come on.
No, he gets him on. Like I said, he comes again. He gets his fame master in on Jake Hager, but Brian Cage presses him and gets him out real quick. So I'm like, all right, well, cool. So
why is he?
Is
this
what?
man is what? 57, 58?
Who, Billy Gunn?
Yes.
Yes. He's like.
Why
50,
is he?
Yeah, he's like 56 years old, I believe. I mean, look, you can't hate and say that the man don't look good. The man looks good.
I mean, drugs are, steroids do miraculous things to you.
Oh, yeah. We get a best friend hug in the middle of the ring. Why? And then,
the people wanted it.
Oh, well,
That's
yeah.
what Excalibur usually says.
Yeah, well, that's what shows you what happens when they, you got the fans, baby. We got to do that zoom out best friend crap shot. Next set we have Shawn Spears that makes his way out. I was just like, okay, not impressed. He goes over to the commentary table to go start talking with what's his name with the mask?
Excalibur.
Yeah, Excalibur, stuff like that. Eddie Kingston and the Butcher and Sonny Kiss and all of them make their way into the ring. And surprising elimination for me of the night. Oh, and then of course Lance Archer. You can't forget about Lance Archer. So surprising elimination for me. Sonny Kiss eliminates Jake Hager, and I was like, "What?" I didn't see that one coming. But then he gets eliminated right by Brian Cage on the other side.
Yeah. So people were happy and mad about this for what reason I don't know.
You talking about like when Sonny Kiss eliminated Jake Hager?
Yeah, they was like, yeah, he eliminated Jake Hager, and then as soon as he got eliminated soon after, then it was like, see, y'all don't give him a chance. I'm like, well,
I mean, look, I do understand. It's kind of like the Naomi thing in the Battle Royal, where you do all this work to get back in, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you get back in, you're quickly eliminated. Like, what was the point?
I mean, against heel, if it's the heel, I mean,
yeah, it does. I mean, well, I'm just glad they are using Sonny Kiss, so I mean, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I guess people think that any wrong treatment whatsoever that they are, got a thing against
gay people.
Like, I don't know. Yeah.
He's homosexual, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have Lance Archer who takes Trent on his shoulders and throws him out, and it throws out Santana also. So he is being a monster here. And then it is time for the Joker.
Wait, well, never mind. That happened later. Okay.
Yeah, that happened later. So it's time for the Joker. And the Joker comes out. It's Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal is in AEW. I don't know if he signed there or not. If he just
one or two things.
Okay.
I know they have like a large amount of people that they could have got, and they chose Matt Sydal.
Yeah, they did.
There's nothing against him. I'm like, they could have chose like Miro or whoever, and they chose Matt Sydal.
Damn sure did. Damn sure did.
And then his first move, he botched it. So.
Well, listen, he gets in the ring. He gives a high knee to Shawn Spears. right there on the ramp. Then he gets up there as Will Hobbs is laying down. He goes for the shooting star press and slips, and his arm like kind of catches the top rope, and Will Hobbs like checking on him to make sure he's like okay. And I was just like, how? Of course, Matt Sydal fucks up as soon as he gets here. That happened.
Now, I'm glad he didn't do the Billy Kidman thing.
Oh yeah, when Billy got his whole body caught in the ropes.
Yeah, but that should like wipe the ropes off first from the pyro.
Yeah, they probably should, but it seems like first of all, Billy Kidman never had a clean moonsault. I mean, a clean shooting star press. That's why he always.
They made it into his character where he does a crappy moonsault.
Yeah. So I mean, like, okay, so having Matt Sydal was good. I mean, it was cool. I mean, seeing him in there, but then Brian Cage kind of like, you know.
I mean, to be honest, I would have thrown him out immediately after that. I would have said, you can't recover from that. No, you cannot recover from that.
Yeah, I was waiting for the matchup that of Brian Cage and Lance Archer. But then Ricky Starks gets eliminated by Darby Allin. But you think they're done? They're not done. Ricky Starks underneath the ring, attacks Darby Allin and those one of the ring posts. Then he pulls out a body bag, and it's like, okay, the Darby Allin body bag, and they're not done yet, because in this body bag there's another bag in there, and it's full of thumbtacks. Brian Cage pours the thumbtacks in the body bag, and I'm like, so they put in Darby Allin in the body bag. You can kind of tell that he's helping them put him in the body bag. I'm like, this guy is nuts. He's nuts. And Brian Cage zips up the body bag, and then he takes it and puts up in a power bomb like Mike Awesome, and power bombs him outside the ring on the level stage, which by the way was close because they got the stairs. I'm like, his head could have bounced off them stairs.
I mean, I don't think he would have cared. He would have just been all right.
And then
he's in a body bag with thumbtacks,
and then like he's in a bad way. He's laying motionless. I'm just like, why does Darby Allin have to do shit like this? This man jumps off bridges and stuff like that. I'm like, he doesn't have to do shit like this, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's his body. What they gonna say? No.
Shawn Spears tries to eliminate Matt Sydal. Goes for a superplex, but Matt Sydal reverses it. He's caught up in the ropes. He gives him a double foot stomp to the outside. We have a stare down between Will Hobbs and Lance Archer, who gives Will Hobbs, who looks like a more physical specimen than Lance Archer does. And then
he probably beat him up before he came out one time, so I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Probably neither was I. But then we have a matchup between Cage and Lance Archer, and a stare down, and then they go back and forth. Cage hits Will Hobbs with a super kick, which he kind of gently climbs over the top rope. Don't even look like realistic, but he gets eliminated. And then we got we're down to the final four of Matt Sydal, the Butcher, Lance Archer.
That is a shame.
They
should not have let him go to the final four after that.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
I definitely. No, you're right. I agree with you on that one. Matt Sydal gets.
Okay, look. If he was supposed to win and that happened, I would on the fly say no. You cannot win.
You're right. Butcher's out. Then Matt Sydal gets out by Lance Archer. So it's Eddie Kingston and Lance Archer. You already know I'm an Eddie Kingston fan, but I already knew Eddie Kingston wasn't going to win this match.
Yeah, you already knew Eddie Kingston wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
There's no offense to Eddie Kingston, but he just got there and they not pushing him enough for him to just randomly win a title shot.
Yeah, he's on top rope. The Butcher tries to bite him and everything like that, but Lance Archer takes Eddie Kingston and throws him on the Butcher and the Blade on the outside. And Lance Archer wins the matchup, so he gets a future title shot. So, yeah, about time they start doing something with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Next up is the make sure I'm getting this matchup right. It is called the Broken Rules match. And if Matt Hardy had lost, he would have need AEW. So it's Matt Hardy going up against Sammy Guevara. The rules here is like a last man standing kind of match.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it can happen all over the arena. So, which I thought any last man standing match could have. But okay. So
but this one, because they have a stadium at their advantage, that's why they had to say it right there.
Gotcha. So Matt Hardy right there is like right there at the football field, right there where the field goal post is at, and then you see Sammy Guevara pulling up in a golf cart, like a little Jeep. He tried to go run Matt Hardy over like him and Kenny Omega tried to do to him. So Matt Hardy gets out the way, so they start fighting over in the back. There's this table, like a little eating table. Then Matt Hardy gives Sammy a DDT round table. Like Sammy hasn't even taken his jacket off yet. Then they get to the scissors lift, and then he climbs up on the scissors lift, and then it raises up. So Matt Hardy is going to look for a side effect off the scissors lift, and
that would have been better.
But then no, that does not happen. Sammy Guevara gets out of it and spears Matt Hardy off. Matt Hardy misses the table, and his head smacks the back of the ground. And concrete. And I'm telling you right now, first of all, Matt Hardy is stiff. Okay? Like, his body is stiffed up. He's out. He is completely out. Obviously, by match standards, then it should be over. But he hasn't really moved for like a minute. This was right now. The what's the lady ref's name? Aubrey Edwards was throwing up the X symbol. Like, get some help out here. He needs help. Nobody came. And
because it's for one, it's Matt Hardy. With all the stuff that we want to see him do, it's probably like it's like a hesitation because he might pop up at any time because of how they used to do.
But yeah, okay, that's understanding. We've seen Matt and Jeff take some hard bumps. Okay, we've seen these people, to just take some crazy ass dives. But you can tell by the situation that he's not okay. His body is.
I took it as like he is like, because after, like I said, all the stuff that he has done, he could come back and then just go straight to the finish. That's what I felt like. So they probably was waiting a little bit to see if he would come to, and then when he wasn't, then that's when they started taking it like very, very seriously.
Yeah, but
instead of just wait till we get to the back and try to go to the finish.
No, but see that's the problem though. Everybody talk wait till because of what has happened, but you gotta understand what Matt Hardy has done, the bumps that Matt Hardy has taken, the things that they have done. That was back in the day when concussions and the CTE stuff, they didn't look deep into that in no kind of sports. And things have
I know, that's
that.
what I'm saying. Like, I think it's like a throwback because everybody was upset. That's why I just had to get off of Twitter for that. Everybody was upset. Like, not at that, but they was upset that he fell and like just. I don't know. I guess it made them uneasy for the whole night.
Okay, wait. So because like I said, everybody was upset. I watched a couple of different reviews talking about it too. So what people are they upset that the match finished? Are they upset that they didn't stop the match? Or are they upset that
they upset because some people thought that it was a work. Some people thought that like they put an X up and because they went to the finish that they thought it was a fake thing. Some people just they was like, oh, I'm so worried. I'm still worried. Why did they let him finish the match and stuff like that? I'm like, I mean, I guess I understood. It's like Jeff Hardy and all them. I guess because I don't know. I guess just because I'm used to it. I guess you could say.
No, see, but there's different.
Because like some wrestling spots I watch, it's worse than that, and they get straight up, and they have the whereabouts to at least go to the finish. That's what I'm.
But I'm saying, when you see wrestling injuries like that, to the point where it's like to the point where okay, if you go to like Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon, and Shane hit his head on the ground, Shane was still moving. Okay, those are signs that somebody is all right. If somebody gets a concussion out of nowhere, if somebody's arm gets dislocated, like if there's a serious injury, like remember when Randy Orton was going for the RKO and Triple H knocked him over the top and he fell and broke his collarbone. He was like, "That's it. I can't go no more." Matt Hardy is that he's not moving. Like that was the scary part when your body stiffs up because your body's in a state of shock right now. It's like I've seen Matt Hardy.
He was out. He was like knocked out.
Yeah,
like legit.
That's what I'm saying. Because everybody's, saying that's how knockouts occur, and it's just like, look, you gotta understand something that I've seen Matt Hardy do shit just as much as you've seen Matt Hardy do shit. Matt Hardy never got knocked out like that before, and I can understand why Rebby is upset, and she went on Twitter and did her thing, and I can understand why she upset at the people there because, like I said, it's like y'all gotta understand something. Whether it's Matt Hardy or not. Now, if Matt Hardy told Aubrey Edwards that, "Hey, I can finish," no, that's not what you should. Because here's the thing, we didn't even get to the part. So once Matt Hardy gets up, and this is after about a minute, like Matt Hardy is legit knocked out, not moved for a minute. He tries to get up, he can't even stand. Like Sammy,
and then he randomly gets up and like gets into character. That's why I feel like. That's why I say I feel like he could at least take it to home if he gets up and legit goes into the broken character.
Yeah, but like I said, but it's not about fuck the character. It ain't about.
I know about his well-being, but the way that the match is set up, they have to have him finish. Is what I'm saying.
But they put them. I know, but here's the thing. Even with the way the match is, because it's like if Matt Hardy loses, that's it. When you stop the match is declined. There is no match no more. You're going to do that shit over again. Because now, it's very irresponsible on AEW's part when shit like this happens. Because, see, because as the match is going on, Matt Hardy can't stand. And you can tell the way he's fighting. Like, he's tripping over himself. He's gone. He's done. And then they finally come over and they're like, "Stop this shit." People coming to the back, trans go to the back like, "Yo, call this shit off." The bell rings, and Matt Hardy is up there like, "I want to finish this because I'm a professional. I'm a wrestler. It's in my blood. I want to finish the matchup." Basically, he has that toughness, but he is really incapable of finishing the matchup. But no, they keep going. They make it out to the stage. Matt Hardy comes out to the stage, beats down Sammy Guevara. They go straight to they go up to the stage. This man is climbing 15 feet up this scaffold.
Yeah, now, I would not have had him do that. See, if it was a pin or submission, then I would have had him try to at least get a roll up or something, and then like instantly that would be it. The roll up would have been good. With him climbing, that is the part I would not have had him do.
It's kind of like this. Remember when Owen Hart broke Stone Cold's neck, right?
Yeah, he could barely get the roll up. Yeah.
Yeah. The ref said, "Call it home now. We going home." He gets him in a terrible roll up to win the matchup. Since you're in a last man standing situation, there's going to be nothing that's going to be believable. That's going to make me think that Matt Hardy knocked out Sammy Guevara for a 10 count. That's the problem. That's why you just got to stop it. So he comes to the scaffold. Then he falls. Sammy Guevara falls off into this big cardboard layout thing. And then he can't make the 10 count. So they can finish off this story. Now,
I mean, real quick, I heard a story that Sammy wanted to take a bump on the top of the stadium in a Stadium Stampede match.
Yeah, he's crazy as hell. He's crazy as hell.
Yeah, you get to.
Yeah, he got that shit. No, thank you. So now, once Rebby made her tweet saying that, let's make one thing fucking clear, that there's nothing exciting about concussion, and everybody in the arena should be ashamed of. So like she was pissed, and like I said, I'm not gonna say Rebby wrong. I'm not gonna say look, like, because people didn't know what was going on, but right there. There's no finish the match for me. Like when I see shit like that, you gotta end it. It ain't, because it's about the moral. The man got kids. The man got so that, and then that shit right there was irresponsible. If Matt Hardy, even if Jeff Hardy, tells you that I can go on, it once again we're going back to TNA with Jeff Hardy and Sting. Now it's not an injury angle, but the man was clearly doped up out his mind, and you can agree that Jeff Hardy should never been out there, should he not?
That was actually different. He just walked out. Like that part was way.
They let him go out. He shouldn't even went out into the ring. He was in no condition to be out there, and they let him go out. They let him go out there. That's irresponsible. So the same thing here, because here's the thing: if this happened on Vince McMahon's watch, it would be the same shit. It would be everybody.
I mean, just for clarity, do you think Vince McMahon will pay for their hospital bill? Like, I'm pretty sure Tony Khan, even though it's probably not quote unquote his fault.
Look,
but the fall, I'm pretty sure he paid for all the hospital bills.
Look, I'm telling you right now. We are mad at Vince right now. And Vince did a very dumb and asinine and just basically illegal move this past weekend, which we will talk about on our podcast. But if Vince McMahon and one of his stars got hurt like that he cares about, he has been shown going to the hospital or shown that he can take care of him when need be. Is he going to do that for everybody? No, he's not. But I'm saying, but somebody who's been loyal to, or somebody who's did it, who got seriously injured, he's going to do that. I'm not going to sit here and compare, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like Vince and Tony Khan from a situation. It's just like, well, this is our excuse to blame WWE. On that watch, if this shit happened, you got to cut the match, whether people like it or not. And like this match was, it held a dark cloud over the whole show after that, because then they had to, after Rey made her tweet, they had to keep giving Tony Schiavone updates for people trying to figure out, like, this is not just a wrestling angle. What's the update on Matt Hardy? He had to go to the hospital. And there are going to be a lot of pissed people. Like I said, this just happened tonight, but when come to on Sunday, come Monday, there's going to be a lot of pissed people when they talk and make their videos and do their podcast about that, because this was you gotta take the hits where they come. This was irresponsible on AEW's behalf. AEW can't be perfect all the time, and they have been damn good for a year and some change that they've been on TNT and that they've been doing All Elite. I'm not going to take anything away from AEW, but this, everybody has, they fuck up, and tonight was the night they fucked up.
Sure, yeah.
Like I said, they fucked up bad, and then I guess if now people who are out there who are mad talk about something, well, they couldn't finish the match, or why I had a match, or it was just a work. Fuck those people. Fuck those people. And it's not a like. How many times on the podcast did I tell you? Remember when the whole George Floyd thing happened back months ago? We talked about it on the podcast, and I said, when is it when moral law beats the law of the land? That's what in any situation, this is where that happens. Matt Hardy he's not the one that should give the okay that I want to finish this matchup. Fuck it, it's done. It can be rewritten. Everybody, if they're a true wrestler fan, they know it's a storyline, and that's what it is. Like I said, as they try to keep getting updates on Matt Hardy, we move on to the women's match, which is Hikaru Shida taking on. Thank you. Taking on Thunder Rosa, who is the NWA Women's Champion. So this was a match that did not disappoint, in my personal opinion, at all. I thought they had
everything up.
Yeah, I thought they had a real good matchup. I was expecting these two women to have like a real good matchup, because Thunder Rosa is really good, and we know Shida is very good as well. So Thunder Rosa hits a Death Valley driver on Shida on the apron. That looks sick.
You know that's the hardest part of the ring.
Well, you know, they tell me that every week. So yes, it's on Shida. There is Thunder Rosa gets tossed outside the ring. Then Shida gives the bounce off the ropes, gives a double knees to Thunder Rosa on the outside, right there by the steps. Like, they are really tearing each other apart, and I love it. Now, I kind of know that Thunder Rosa's not gonna win this match because she's from NWA Power, and there's no contract involved, so you're not gonna.
I mean, I still feel like if they would have done more promotion, that she could have won. Like, I feel like if she was like, if they was like partnering,
yeah,
she would have won. Cause like, for example, Moxley. Actually, no, never mind. He is signed Lucha Band. I was about to say something, but never mind.
Well, she goes for like this, almost like a go to sleep type thing, and then Thunder Rosa kicks out, but then she runs and gives her the knee, and then Shida retains her championship in a good matchup with her and Thunder Rosa. I thought they had a great match.
Yeah, they had a very good match. Yes, like.
Oh yeah. So, Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian is in the back. Having
before you get on that, all I gotta say is Penelope Ford.
Good Lord, she just looked fantastic. Did you get to list? I mean, like it almost was like, are you wearing anything? So, but I like how Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian take a shot at WWE, which was well deserved.
You already knew it was gonna come. If it was gonna come from anybody on this show, it's gonna either come from Kenny Omega or Kip Sabian, because those are the two video game people.
Yep, it said Twitch TV/the Kip Sabian join Superbad Sub Squad today. And you know what? I was like, usually I could be like, yo, you gotta chill on the WWE stuff, but I'm like, tonight, yeah, it needed to happen. Tonight, it needed to happen. So we get on to our next match, which is the Dark Order taking on the Natural Nightmares, Matt Cordon, and Scorpio Sky. And I was just like,
how dare they?
How dare they what?
How dare they have the Dark Order lose? You got Colt Cabana and I almost called him Harper, Mr. Brody Lee. And they got him losing to Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
And QT Marshall.
I am not a fan of QT Marshall. Oh, not like that. I really am not.
Not either.
And I'm like, where does Scorpio Sky come in at?
He don't. He just Cody's not even to be there, so they just pulled him out of nowhere.
To me, this matchup was not necessary for the main show, but also I understand because it's a Cody storyline, so they're gonna be on there, and I don't think it need to be an 8-man tag.
Cody storyline, and Cody's not even there.
Exactly, it didn't need it to be an 8-man tag match because AEW that's one.
Could have been a 6-man and just been either Uno, Stu Grayson, and Mr. Brody Lee, and then the Natural Nightmares and Matt Cardona.
Yeah, Cody's friend's brother, and you know what I'm saying. That's what it probably should have been. I was like, I don't understand. You don't need Scorpio Sky. You don't need Colt Cabana. Like you don't need all these elements basically in this matchup. And honestly, this matchup, as I said, it was trying to get good. It was trying to pick up speed. Scorpio Sky tries to pick up the speed for a little bit, but like I said, to me, it kind of bored me. In my personal opinion, especially with how on fire the Dark Order has been in recent weeks. QT Marshall goes and takes a dive over the top rope, but then he gets that Dark Order move where Stu Grayson throws him over onto Evil Uno on top of his shoulders to a power bomb. Colt Cabana goes for a moonsault, and he just like wipes out. And misses with the moonsault, and then Dustin Rhodes pins Colt Cabana, and the Dark Order loses, and Brody Lee is pissed. And I was like, okay, you got your win back, but all this stuff kind of was boring to me.
Yeah, I don't know. They should have just let them three fight the 6-man match. But you could
even did a 1-on-1 match with Brody Lee.
I guess they don't want to have him in a 1-on-1 match yet because he just won the title and they would have to be for the title. So I guess on this week's Dynamite Day, that's when he'll start fighting for the title. he'll start defending the title.
Okay. So now, once again, when I talk about long, that's what I'm talking about. So it's time for the AEW Tag Team Championships. We have FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardwood taking
the
top guys taking on Kenny Omega and Adam Page. So we see that the Young Bucks kicked Adam Page out the Elite this past Wednesday on Dynamite. So you have to sit there and wonder what's going to happen, between Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Are they going to be on the same terms tonight, or basically what's going to happen? Well, I can sit here and say that this match was good, but it wasn't great because, in my opinion, it went too long.
Okay, I can understand.
Now, how'd you feel about the match?
I thought it was an okay match. Like, I didn't think, like, Tony Khan was talking about, oh yeah, we want this match to be better than the Young Bucks and Heyman and Page and Omega match. I was like, nah, I don't think it's that. It's just like I feel like this is an old school territory NWA match.
Yeah, it's an old school matchup because you have FTR in there, but it's not. It's like because we've seen the Revival in WWE have great matches. Okay, so we've seen them have great matches with DIY. We've seen them have great matches with American Alpha. We see it
surprisingly with Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Exactly, they've had great matches with these teams before. The issue is, so now, like I was enjoying this matchup, but all these finishes to me was just like, okay, when is it going to be the one? They have Kenny Omega up in the powerbomb German suplex combo, and then the roll through. Kenny kicks out, which I knew he was going to do, and I felt as though that they felt as though like, well, since the Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara match got cut down, we need to try to up the ante with this one. And sometimes I think that less is better, in my opinion. And like I said, I know they're waiting for the Young Bucks match, and they're trying to show them that they can really go. But like, this match didn't need to be 30 minutes long.
They try to take up some time for the missed time from earlier. So
yeah, so superplex to Kenny Omega by Scott, and then Dax, and then he gets a splash. But Kenny Omega comes back as a Poison Rana, gives a double underhook, kind of like pile driver kind of thing, and then all these big moves. And once again, it's like they keep kicking out of everything. There was a spike pile driver at one point that which I believe is one of FTR's finishing moves, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then they kicked out of that, and I was just like, okay.
They always kick out the first finisher.
That's AEW. They always had the first finisher. Adam Page goes to the outside, swanton bombs down on the guys. They go give a bulldog to Adam Page as he has Scott
the elevated bulldog,
and then he kicks out of that, and then they give him another bulldog right after that.
Nah, they just go right into the finish.
Yeah, right to the finish. So, like I said, really impressive moves here. But Kenny Omega tries to go for the V trigger as Adam Page is holding him up, which I don't know why. They just go for the buckshot. But then he moves out the way, and it gives Adam Page the V trigger. And then, like I said, there's another spike pile driver. So then they go for it once, kicked out. Then they go for it again, and then they beat Adam Page. And now we have new AEW Tag Team Champions with Tully Blanchard. We have FTR.
Yep, top guys. So Kenny Omega. They have now won the Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW championships.
Oh yeah, they are making themselves good, looking like an actual legit team. Kenny Omega's pissed.
Next thing my bad.
Oh no, I'm saying Kenny Omega's pissed. He looks at Adam Page, walks off, goes to the top of the ramp and looks back at him again. Goes to the limo. The Young Bucks are trying to figure out what's going on with Kenny. Kenny ain't trying to hear it. You either ride in the car with me or not. Then just drives off in the car. It's very pissed off. So, that was.
So I know this is a show. I know this is a show, but what do they think? He just left without doing his job. He's the EVP.
Who? Omega?
Yes.
Oh no, man.
So is that supposed to be him just quote unquote leaving on his job or something?
I guess so. I really don't know how they would,
How they want you to take that?
Yeah, I want you to take that one. It's time now. This match started at 10:54. It is now time for the Mimosa Mayhem match between Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho. So there's two vats of Mimosa on each side of the ring. So you either win this match by pinfall, submission, or by throwing your opponent in the vat of Mimosa. I have to say, okay, so this matchup between out of all the Jericho Cassidy matchups, I still think their first matchup was the best matchup.
Yeah, because it was a spectacle.
Yeah.
You didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, and especially because it was come from Orange Cassidy. It was like, all right, he still was playing his character into the thing with Chris Jericho, but now the second match, like he had to fight, so he wasn't too much of the character. And this one, the gimmick behind it was okay, but this matchup, I think it probably is the second best matchup, but it ain't the best matchup out this series. They're on the outside, they're teasing on the raised level where the Mimosa's at, who's going to go into the vat of Mimosa. He throws Jericho outside, he runs him into the steel guardrail, and then hits. Jericho comes back, hits him with a chair. Orange Cassidy at one point goes to the top rope, try to go a Hurricane Rana to Jericho into the vat, but he catches him, trying to go for a power bomb, but then power bombs him on the table of like ice and stuff like that, where they have all like the most ice and everything like that. Tries to hit him with his bat. Excuse me.
Floyd.
Huh?
Floyd.
Yeah, and then he gets with super kicks. Like I said, this whole time they are teasing each other going into the Mimosa. They even sometimes go for some pinfalls because you can
Royal Rumble spot. They don't know. Whoa.
Oh yeah, you can, like I said, go. You can pin submit. Orange Cassidy throws Jericho over the top. His foot goes in, but he's not in just yet. And I think if Jericho was a little bit younger, his foot wouldn't have went in there, Joel. But yeah, he's still young. But they get back into the ring. Top rope Frankensteiner by Orange Cassidy. He gives him like a running, I almost call it a punt kick, but them kind of kicks that they give they kick the football off. It's like that. But Orange Cassidy is still fighting. Jericho does not understand it. He's trying to give him like a razor's edge to the outside, to the vat. He's hanging on the top rope, and then he's just teetering, and then finally he goes for that Superman punch or forearm and knocks Jericho into the vat of Mimosa. So, your thoughts on the matchup?
I'm pretty sure we knew Orange Cassidy was gonna win. It's either that, or I thought Jericho was gonna win, and then he was gonna want to throw Orange Cassidy in the vat just for good measure, and then he ended up getting thrown in there. That's what I thought was gonna happen. But I didn't. But it's cool. Whatever. I want to see what's next with Jericho and Cassidy, since he got a win over Jericho in this feud, quote unquote.
Is it the best match to you, or was there better matches?
You talking about as far as them two?
Yes.
The first one.
Yeah, I agree.
First one just had the magic to it.
All right, and then here we go with the main event, which I think the crowd. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I know at home I was pretty much dead. Moxley versus MJF for the AEW World Championship.
I don't know if they showed this on TV, but when he came out, somebody tried to get him.
Like somebody from the crowd?
Yeah.
Who? Moxley or MJF?
Moxley.
Oh my god.
Because he comes out the crowd, so somebody tried to I don't know if they tried to just touch him or whatever, but Security was on it.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. I actually missed that part.
They probably didn't show it because it was like during his entrance.
Gotcha. So this matchup, we know that the paradigm shift is banned. So Moxie can't use that to win the matchup. And I have to say, this was a match of two halves, in my personal opinion, because the first half was nothing really interesting to me.
That sounds like an MJF match.
Yeah, like the first half, it's just like, okay, they're wrestling, they're doing holds, they're doing, wrist locks and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's cool and all that, but I think when Moxley shoved MJF into the ring post and he started bleeding like a stuffed pig, then that's when, to me, the match got very interesting. So, huh?
I was just saying, okay.
Yeah. So, Moxley is trying to do everything because he has a damaged arm also. He gives him that release suplex, which I love that release suplex that he used to do the AJ Styles, do chairs and stuff like that. So he gives MJF. He tries to go for a pulling pile driver. He doesn't get it the first time. Gets a boss man slam to MJF on the outside of the ring. I like that. Then he does he does do a pile driver. Starts biting him in his cut because COVID.
Who cares about that, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say because why not? Your wife just got over it. Then he Moxley tried to pull stuff off with the arms, and the MJF gives like a double foot stomp to his arm off the tie rope, so it really is hurting the arm right now. And I thought that was cool. Moxley gives MJF a German suplex. He has that fighting spirit a little bit, knocks him down, but then Moxley is talking shit to him and he spits in his face. Dope, don't like that. So Moxley is pissed, but he's still selling the arm.
I'm surprised they're still doing stuff like that.
What, like the arm or spitting in somebody's face?
Spitting into somebody's face doing these.
Yeah, like spit in the face, biting somebody's cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, there's COVID out here. Okay.
I mean, I know they all tested, but still, like.
But even still, it's like this: if you get tested on Monday, right, and
they are all clear.
Yeah,
all the wrestlers and all the staff is clear.
Exactly, I'm saying, and then by Wednesday you get your results saying that you're negative. You still got to remember you was with somebody Monday and Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So the results of Monday is clear. Until we get like a testing where we can get tested right then and there and get results right then and there, like you don't need to be doing shit like this. Because this.
I took it as they're all clear, like, because they stay there. So they probably go there, they go home, when they come back, and they all hang around the same people in the same hotel. So I took it as COVID, but I was like, well,
it's still nasty.
And plus, I didn't think he cared anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like I said, it's still nasty and weird and stuff like that.
But yeah, it is very weird and very nasty.
Yeah,
I feel like if John Moxley was like, if he was to catch it, I don't think he would care. I think he'd be like, all right, I just got COVID. I'm gonna chill.
No, that's that what Kirk Cousins shit that he talked about.
Doesn't that seem more brand with John Moxley though?
So,
all right, if I get it. All right, cool. That's how I feel like. That's how he is. I feel like.
So MJF hits that, was it salt of the earth pile driver on Moxley. Mm-hmm. Moxley kicks out, and then Moxley has him in a sleeper hold, but then he gives a low blow to Moxley as he distracts the referee, gives him a crossroads, but then Moxley still.
Yeah, he calls it the double cross.
The double cross, yeah. Now here comes the finish I liked. So Wardlow's on the outside, so the referee is distracted, and then MJ's like, toss me the ring. So he gets to Wardlow tosses him the ring, but he misses. As MJF is scaring around looking for the ring, Moxley is looking right there at him as he picks up the ring. Wardlow is still indirectly distracting the referee. Moxley takes it and gives MJF the paradigm shift, and the referee doesn't see it. Counts the win. Moxley is the winner.
Yeah, I know that was what happened. That happens almost in every match. When the move is banned, the referee turns away, and then either the wrestler does the move or the opponent does the move.
Yep. So Moxley gives the finger to Lance Archer, and that is AEW All Out 2020.
Spoiler. I think that might be the end.
That's when he lose the championship?
It might be. They had it for what 200 days or more than that?
Yeah, he's had it for since Jericho. He had it for a pretty long time.
So it might be the end.
I don't think Lance Archer's the end. I think Kenny Omega gets a shot at that championship. I think they do the same match over, except this time it's heel Kenny Omega against face John Moxley, opposed to heel Moxley against face Kenny Omega.
Okay, we'll see.
I like that one. Then Archer gets it from Kenny Omega. So, I mean, we'll see. So that was our All Out review. So, what is your grade for All Out? Because it's a mixed bag. They had some good stuff. They had some not good stuff. And like I said, there's a dark cloud in that thing that happened tonight. So, what's your take on it?
Man, I thought they had a lot of botches. It's like a lot of stuff kind of went wrong with the whole show, but the match, the John Moxley match was okay. It picked up. Thunder Rosa match was very good. The Young Bucks match was very good. The tag team match went long, but it was still good. But I think overall, the show barely gets past. It gets like a C.
I agree with you on that point almost 100%. That this show is the weakest AEW pay-per-view that they have done so far, and it's just because like the placement was off. There was a lot of botches. Matches went too long. Some matches didn't even need to be on the main show, and like I said, that thing with Matt Hardy did not help the show. That was a dark cloud over that whole show. It did not help the show at all. So
everybody on the show named Matt just was cursed.
What'd you say?
Everybody on the show named Matt was cursed.
Is it? Yes. So yes, that's a good point. So it's like I said, so it gets a barely passing for me. So I'm actually giving it a C minus.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was our AEW 2020 review. What is your take on it? Post on your comments down below. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed our review of the show, and for more wrestling content, make sure you hit the subscribe button right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's the NC place to be. Josh Hammer, stay in D, and not Deion Sanders for prime time.
All right, y'all.
All right, and the Nerd Coalition is out.